The gentleman from Indiana yields back his time. For what purpose does the gentlelady from Connecticut rise?
Das time in opposition.
The gentlelady from Connecticut is recognized for 5 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, we were told by our Republican colleagues that they were here to create jobs, to turn the economy around, and to reduce the deficit. But here they go again, spending time on an extreme, divisive social agenda. In a breathtaking and radical step, the Republican majority has already proposed to eliminate Title X funding, which has connected millions of American women to health care since 1970. And now, this amendment by the congressman from Indiana continues the same pattern of contempt for women's health and basic rights. With this amendment, my colleague is trying to specifically exclude one provider of legal health services, Planned Parenthood, from federal funds. This amendment has nothing to do with the deficit. It is an attack by one congressman on one organization, and it needlessly puts the lives of American women in danger. Planned Parenthood carries out millions of preventive and primary care services every year. This includes immunizations and routine gynecological exams. This includes nearly 1 million screenings for cervical cancer, identifying more than 90,000 women who are at risk for cervical cancer. Cervical cancer every year kills 4,000 women. If you can identify the risk early on, then you can save a woman's life. Planned Parenthood cares for more than 3 million American men and women every year. In my state of Connecticut, more than 62,000 men and women benefit from health care at Planned Parenthood clinics. Over 70% of those patients have a family income of less than $16,245 a year. In other words, this is the only way that they can afford care. In fact, 6 of every 10 women who seek care at a Title X funded center like Planned Parenthood consider it their main source of medical care. The vital preventive care and family planning services save money and save lives. For every dollar invested in Title X, taxpayers save just under $4. But under the guise of budget cutting, the new majority is launching an assault on Title X and endangering women's health. Understand their purpose. Understand it clearly, to impose their traditional view of a woman's role. This legislation is not about federal funding of abortion. Federal funds, including Title X, are already banned from going towards abortion services under the Hyde Amendment. Rather, much like the repeal of health care reform, this is part of a Republican agenda to force women back in traditional roles with limited opportunities. This amendment will cause more than 3 million people to lose access to basic primary and preventive health care. I am a cancer survivor. I'm a cancer survivor who was only here because my cancer was found in stage 1. And I can tell you that losing access to screening will cost lives and will kill women in this country. It comes down to this. The proposals to eliminate Title X, defund Planned Parenthood are bad policy that hurt women and do nothing for our economy. In fact, it costs money. This Republican Congress is trying to turn back the clock on women's health and turn back the clock on women's basic rights. They are taking us back to a day when family planning was not a given opportunity for women. And instead of making it harder for women to get health care, we should be standing up for these vital services. I encourage and urge my colleagues to defeat this amendment and yield back.
Gentlewoman yields back. For what purpose does the gentlewoman from Ohio rise?
Madam Speaker, I ask to strike the last word and ask unanimous consent to revise and extend my remarks.
Without objection.